What's good, everyone? Welcome back, and today we have DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon, the entire complete set of 8 outstanding, unique-looking Happy Meal toys released by McDonald's back in 2010. Now, growing up as a kid, I remember playing the hell out of majority of these toys. Now, I did remember getting the Hiccup and Toothless, and the Red Death, the Hideous Zippleback, Terrible Terror, and the Gronckle growing up as a kid, but my favorite one out of this whole set definitely has to be the Hiccup and Toothless one. And there would be times when the toy would disappear and reappear on me, like I couldn't find it, it got lost in some places. And there are some times when one of the wings would disappear and I couldn't find it, and I would just have to play with it with only one wing. But anyway, I got this set off of eBay like around maybe 4 or 5 years ago, so I'm talking like maybe 2021 or 2020. But anyway, with all these dragons, I did super glue all their wings onto the dragons to prevent the wings from coming off and getting lost. That way I wouldn't have to waste time finding them and worrying about placing an order for a new dragon on eBay. Well, that being said, I could finally relive my childhood from back in 2010. Now let's get all these toys out of the bag and have a little fun. Also, I do want to share one thing with y'all. So with these toys, it would come with the main toy itself, and then inside the bag it comes with, it would give you like a little pamphlet or instructions of what the toy does and how you're supposed to work it. And then that's the back side, and the front side actually shows you something that says play online McWorld at happymeal.com. So I'm assuming this is like an old website. I don't think this exists anymore. And it says use this code to unlock a dragon for your avatar. And I'm assuming that this is the little dragon that comes in your avatar if you were to use it. And I don't even think this code works anymore. And I don't even know if this app exists anymore. But if it does, then hey, use that code if you want. And there's the iconic almost 15-year-old DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon logo. And the main thing I wanted to show you is how old the original McDonald's Happy Meal logo used to look compared to what we've gotten now. And man, that looks so nostalgic. But now with that being said, let's get on to the main event of the video, and that is looking at the How to Train Your Dragon toys. Alright, so number 1 in this set, we have Toothless and Hiccup. Now, like I said at the beginning, this used to be my favorite toy out of the whole entire set. Now, the wings do come off, and I prevented these wings from falling off by super gluing them shut, so I'm not even gonna do that. And the wings move like this because that's part of the main action feature. But I do want to talk about something. So I had painted Hiccup right here because the main Hiccup figure that was on this toy was just all brown, like the back of his vest right here. His arms were brown, the legs were brown, and it was not movie accurate. So I decided to do what McDonald's should have done and give this thing a more movie accurate paint job. Let me know what you guys think of how I did. But anyway, the main gimmick here is that there are wheels on the bottom of Toothless's belly. So what you do is I cannot talk. What you're supposed to do is pull the wings back just like so, and then you're supposed to roll it back like that until you hear all these clicking noises, and then the wings just fly right out. So let's do that one more time. There we go. And one last time, but let's pull it back and just let it go on its own. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, that is Hiccup and Toothless. And next up, number 2 in the set we have is the Hideous Zippleback. Now, this has to be one of the biggest dragons in this whole entire set. And the attention to detail, man, McDonald's really does not make Happy Meal toys with this kind of paint job anymore. They just be lazy as shit and do whatever they want. So the wing, like I said, the wings do come off, and all you have to do is just attach them just like so. And this thing has 2 action features, well, mainly 3. So the back legs are movable, but not the front legs. Only the back legs are movable. So that's gimmick number 1. And gimmick number 2 is that there's a little button right here in between the spikes, and all you have to do is just push the button and the wings flap up around. So now you can simulate him flying through the sky and make him do a whole bunch of cool stuff as you want. And then gimmick number 3 is that the heads, or the neck, should I say, move around, all around, just like that. And inside the neck here, you can see we have some pulsable wires inside the neck. So you could basically adjust both of the heads any way you want. Like you could have them doing like that, or one looking up and the other one could be looking down. So yeah, that is the Hideous Zippleback. Alright, and next up at number 3 in the set, we have Deadly Nadder and Astrid. And just like I said with Hiccup and Toothless, I had also given Astrid a more movie-accurate paint job. And let me know what you guys think of how I did on the paint job. Did a better... I cannot talk. I definitely did a better job than McDonald's, because Astrid's hair came like that, but her headband wasn't, and her whole body and arms and stuff, except for her little hands. Other than that, the whole thing was just like a pinkish red. It was not movie accurate at all. But Stormfly, on the other hand, it's pretty cool. And the wings can come off and stuff, but like I said, I super glued all this shut. But basically, this action feature, the gimmick is that inside her mouth is like a little fireball, as you can see right there. And then the gimmick is that you're supposed to make the dragon go super fast, and then inside you're supposed to get like a little sparker stuff inside of there, but you gotta go really fast. So hold on, let me see if I can try to get it for you guys. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if the toy is old or something, or just won't work, but when I first got this toy, it actually worked on me. But other than that, if that doesn't work, it's still a pretty cool toy to have in your collection. So yeah, that's Deadly Nadder and Astrid. Alright, and next up with number 4 in the set we have is the Gronckle. Now, this is another one of the toys that I remember growing up with as a kid from McDonald's. So this one has wings on it, but they're embedded onto the body, so that's how the toy came with. And the action feature with this one is that you have like a little projectile in here. And then the main gimmick is that you're supposed to pull down on his little behind, and you're supposed to yank it, and then like a little projectile is supposed to launch out of his mouth. So let me see if I can do that for you. Yep, there we go. Let's try that again. So here is the fire missile. Hold on, let me give you a good view. Yep, so there is the fire missile. It's supposed to be like some sort of... I know it's fire, and I know that these little bumps are supposed to be like little magma of rock. And you just basically just put the missile back inside of his mouth, and then you yank the butthole, and then just let it launch. So yeah, that is the Gronckle toy. And next up with number 5 in the set we have is the Monstrous Nightmare. Now, growing up, I wanted this dragon, but I do not remember getting it. But basically, the action feature with this one, well, obviously, like I said, with all these dragons, well, except for the Gronckle, the wings do come attached. All you have to do is just peg them in like so, piece of cake. And then you can see the whole body is translucent right here. Well, that's part of the second action feature, but let me show you the first action feature first. So, when you pull down on this lever down this way, the wings flap up and down, so he could either walk like that or fly around, all right? And then when you pull the wings like that, you just saw that. So right here is like a little switch right here. Hold on, focus. Yeah, so there's like a little switch right here. It's already on, and I just turned it off. So this is the off setting, and when you push the lever down this way, it actually lights up. So hold on, let me go ahead and turn off all the lights. Alright, now that the lights are off, I could actually show you the light up action feature on the Monstrous Nightmare. Now look at that. Now, this is actually pretty cool because it's supposed to represent the Monstrous Nightmare and light himself on fire. And I actually really like this attention to detail that it blinks red and orange back and back like that. But this is definitely a cool toy. And next up with number 6 in the set we have is the Terrible Terror. Now, this is another dragon that I got growing up as a kid, and sometimes I would confuse this with my Rex toy from Toy Story because they kind of have the same color and shape and stuff. Well, not the same shape, but I believe around the time McDonald's had like Toy Story toys, and I believe I got a Rex toy, or I don't know if it was from McDonald's, but whatever. So the wings do come attached, and all you have to do is just peg them in just like so. And then the main feature is that there's a little button right here in between his spikes, and you push down on it, and makes it so not only the wings flap, but his mouth chomps up and down. And you can like chomp, 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 and just annoy the hell out of people. But yep, that is the terrible terror. Hold on, let me give you a closer look up in the inside of his mouth so I can show you the details in that. And they actually were able to put like a little bit of pink, and I can actually see the shape of his tongue inside of his mouth and the little rows of teeth right there. But yep, that, like I said, that is the terrible terror. And next up in number 7 in the set we have is Night Fury. Now this is supposed to be Toothless before he got shot down and injured by Hiccup, because like you see right here, he does not have his prosthetic tail, so you can pretend that this is like a average or normal Night Fury that isn't Toothless. And like I said, wings come off. All I had to do is just attach them just like so. And the gimmick here is that his back leg, his hind leg moves like that, so that way it can activate the action feature. And what this is supposed to do is that you push down on the back leg and it makes the wings flap up and down. Yep, so that's what it. With the Night Fury, it's just flapping wings. Nice. And for the last and final toy in this set is the Red Death. Now, on the package, back in 2010, they called this thing RD because I'm assuming they can't put the actual word death in the word of a Happy Meal toy, because I don't think that would be appropriate language to say for kids. But anyway, with all the other dragons, wings come attached. All you do is peg them in just like so. And the paint job on this, on the back, you can see we actually does have a little bit of red scales going out through the back. And then the gimmick is that there's actually a hidden button in the scales right here. And then once you push down on the button, not only do the wings flap, but flames come out of this guy's mouth. And on the bottom, it is supposed to light up, but unfortunately, my toy is a little old and the batteries probably died or something. But when I did get this set, the batteries did work. It's just that over time sitting on the shelf for a while, the batteries just randomly died out on me for some reason. And that's pretty much it with the Red Death. Now, I also want to show you guys something. So, back in 2014, during the release of How to Train Your Dragon 2, McDonald's did release a Happy Meal set for How to Train Your Dragon 2. And this is not like your Happy Meal toys that was released back in 2010. So let me give you an example. This is what they gave us back in 2010, and this is what they gave us for 2014. They just gave us these little dragon discs that when you move them, it's supposed to indicate that the dragons and the riders are actually moving. And oh wow, now that I'm looking at it on camera, it actually moves a lot better than how it is in real life. Now, I never noticed how good this was, but basically it's supposed to be like a little frisbee. You're supposed to play catch with it with your friends in the backyard or something. And on the back it has a picture of the How to Train Your Dragon 2 logo. And growing up, I never got this one. This is a recent one that I had purchased off of eBay about like maybe a few days ago from last week. But growing up, I did, well, I believe this set was a complete set of like maybe 6 or 7 frisbees. And I did get the Astrid and Stormfly one, the Barf and Belch frisbee, the fish legs and meat lug frisbee, but that's it. There was this one. So these were the ones that I didn't have as a kid. There was this one, and there was a Snotlout and Snotlout and Hook Fang frisbee, and I believe there was also like a Cloud Jumper frisbee. And here's something crazy. In the US, back in 2014, McDonald's gave us these frisbees, but meanwhile, in McDonald's in Australia, they actually released How to Train Your Dragon 2 Happy Meal toys that were very similar to these. Like, I'm talking, there was like a second version of this Hiccup and Toothless, but except that obviously his tail fin was red, and we had the 20-year-old Hiccup on Toothless instead the 15-year-old Hiccup. And they even had a Bewilderbeast, Cloud Jumper, Skull Crusher, Grump, and they even got new versions of the Dragon toys. And that set was a set of 14 toys, while we got less than what Australia McDonald's gets. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is basically what I said with the Squid Game Happy Meals. Like, the Squid Game Happy Meals were released in, like, certain places, like China, or I believe Australia, or the United Kingdom states have. Well, I don't know. But that's something I don't really understand with Happy Meal toys nowadays. Like, I don't understand why all McDonald's around the world can't give the exact same Happy Meal toys that everyone else gets. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share. So there you have it, everybody. DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon, the complete set of 8 awesome and outstanding unique looking toys released by McDonald's back in 2010. Now, if you're a huge fan of How to Train Your Dragon like I am, then this will be a great recommended set to complete your collection. And the reason why I did this video is that in case if McDonald's was to release a new set of How to Train Your Dragon toys for the live action remake that's coming out later on this year, if McDonald's was to release a new set of Happy Meal toys for that movie, then I wanted to compare these toys with the newer ones that will, well, I don't know if they are going to make a set, but if they are making a set, then I definitely want to be able to get the complete set of that set, so that way I could be able to compare the two different sets of what we got almost 15 years ago compared to the ones that we'll probably get in the summer. But anyway, with that being said, thank you for watching this video, everybody. Take care. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace out.